It is 6:48. Breaking updates just in from RPD. A 19-year-old man shot near Ontario Beach Park in Charlotte.
Yeah, it happened around 1:45 this morning, where police say they got a call for a gunshot victim dropped off at the hospital. He was shot multiple times. Then they were able to determine where this shooting took place. The victim expected to survive, and we are also told no suspects are in custody.
Rochester police need help identifying the suspect wanted for shooting an RTS bus driver in the face with a BB gun. That victim, 67 years old, a longtime employee at RTS, went to the hospital, has since been released, and is recovering at home. This happened around 3 o'clock Tuesday afternoon when the driver stopped on Bay Street just off North Goodman to pick two men who were sitting there to pick them up. When the driver opened the door, RPD says that suspect you just saw shot him with the BB gun. Tips can always remain anonymous, and you can send those in by simply calling 911 or by using the city's Report It app.
Happening today, the man accused of shooting and killing two people last month on Rialto Street in Rochester set to be arraigned. In his initial appearance, 23-year-old Jermaine Williams pled not guilty to the 2 counts of second-degree murder against him. Then a fight started with dozens yelling and throwing punches in the courtroom. This all comes after police say Williams opened fire in a crowd at a home on Rialto. And all of that was after a fight at a concert at Blue Cross Arena May 6th. 43-year-old Timothy Sheely and 46-year-old Shatina Jones, they were killed. A third victim was hurt. Williams due in court at 9:30.
Also today in court, it's a resentencing scheduled for one of the men previously convicted in a horrific case, the murder, kidnapping, and assault of a man and woman held captive and beaten in Rochester 4 years ago. William Crenshaw is accused of taking part in the kidnapping of Tim Lewis, holding him at the home of Raymond Dukes on Smith Street in February 2020. Prosecutors say Lewis was bound, chained, gagged, and kept in the home for 2 days and beaten with a baseball bat. He died after that. Dukes and Crenshaw were also accused of assaulting and kidnapping another woman at the same location. Dukes got 20 years to life for a murder conviction. Crenshaw was convicted of kidnapping and assault. His resentencing is scheduled for 9:30.
In continuing coverage, we're learning new details about this house collapse in Syracuse that sent 11 people to the hospital. 8 of those victims are children, 3 of them currently in critical condition. As we can see here, the home came crashing down Tuesday afternoon. First responders spent the rest of the evening trying to search for more victims in the rubble. After multiple sweeps of the wreckage, they did confirm they didn't find any other remaining victims. Investigators still trying to figure out what caused the collapse. The building's landlord is currently being interviewed as part of this investigation.
We have the identity now of the pilot killed this week when a plane taking off from the Albany airport came crashing down. The plane crashed less than 2 minutes after takeoff. It was Natalie Gillis, the victim, a pilot from Canada who had a passion for environmental conservation. She was 34. We're told she was much more than a pilot, working as a wilderness guide and also an accomplished photographer. In fact, in 2022, Canadian Geographic, that magazine, featured her photo on its cover. News 8 is your local election headquarters. Primary day is Tuesday. Early voting continues through the weekend. We don't have that many primary races in our area, but those we do have are competitive. One of them for Rochester City Court Judge. 2 Democrats are vying for the position. Former Rochester Mayor Lovely Warren and criminal attorney Michael Geraci. The winner of that race will likely go on to win the 10-year term on the bench coming up this fall. Warren said no to an interview for this story. We did hear from Geraci, the party's designee. He says his 12 years as criminal attorney have given him the experience needed to run a courtroom in a fair and efficient manner.
I've spent really almost every single day of my career practicing in Rochester City Court, practicing law down here in the Four Corners in this city. And the only thing I would say is that in that time, I have not seen my opponent practicing law in that courthouse.
Warren did resign from her position as mayor of Rochester in 2021 as part of a plea deal in which she admitted to violating election law. Sunrise traffic here at 6:52. You may have a little bit of ponding out there left over for some heavy downpours with that storm system that moved through. If you're just waking up and heading out, you may be wondering what happened. That is well off to the east now. Our map is showing up green on all the main expressways, except for coming in from 490 westbound. There's a crash at the Linden Avenue exit. Also another one a little bit east of there at West Commercial Street and Roosevelt Road in East Rochester.
As this hot weather sticks around, it's been causing some headaches, both figuratively and physically, for anybody who works outside. The construction crews we're showing you here, they're working hard on a new apartment complex, and they say they're still clocking in that overtime, even despite the heat. We're told that the site located on West Broad Street in Rochester is going to have more than 150 apartments, surrounding a courtyard with a commercial space and a parking garage. The crews working to put it all together say that in temps like this, it's mostly mind over matter.
This heat, I mean, Rochester usually doesn't get this type of heat, so we come out here making sure we're cool with the water and knowing that it's going to be a long day either way.
And I come into work, big bottle of water, Sunflower seeds ready to get going.
Hey, they've got some good advice. Take care of yourself there. Work on the apartment building set to finish by fall 2025.
Still this morning, about 1,000 customers in northern Ontario County are in the dark. We've seen outages all week long.
And one of the toughest ones to deal with was a popular ice cream shop in Spencerport. They lost power during the worst time of the day when everybody wants ice cream. It was those peak high temperatures for about 5 hours yesterday.
The staff there saved the day for the business. Yes. Here's Aran Spitzer with that story. Aran.
Yeah, guys, that's right. Folks over at Lugia's Ice Cream say everything is now back to normal, but to get to that point was no walk in the park. Just around 12:30 yesterday afternoon, one of the worst possible things that could happen to a busy ice cream shop happened. They lost power. The manager, Gia Rumsey, tells us they called RG&E, and within an hour, someone showed up and told them there was a problem with the transformer, which needed to be replaced. That's when the team took action to make sure they could save all the ice cream.
We had some cake orders that were going out, custom cake orders, of course, too. So I couldn't even but actually Ryan, my other manager, had a great idea. We actually turned some ice cream trucks on, started the generators, got them cold, and transferred the stuff into those so they stayed cold enough so they didn't melt or anything. So those customers still got their cakes.
She says in the midst of it, the worst part of the day was having to turn away about 100 eager customers. But little did they know, Lugia's loyal customers did not care and patiently waited until business was up and running again to get their sweet treat. Guys, back to you.
You're already there. Why leave?
Yeah, exactly.
They'll figure it out.
Hopefully they had some shade to wait in while they were moving those ice creams to and fro. Worth it.
Yeah, there's a pool store right next door as well, so maybe you can go shopping for a pool. That's a place where if you get a large, it's going to be, here's your cone, 5 or 6 scoops like this. So yeah, Lugia's is a great local spot there. Been open since the 90s.
Wow.
Love it.
Okay.
So, glad that they got that back up and running. Another ice cream day today for you. As we've got another hot one, starting off in the 70s, finishing likely close to 90. I'll go 90 for the forecast, but if I'm wrong, I think I'm probably too warm because we've got the storms again later today. It is also the kickoff of summer. Officially, the time happens this afternoon after 4 p.m., but we'll call today the solstice. Tomorrow, isolated storms, upper 80s, a little bit of a relief, we'll call it Saturday. Isolated there as well. And then one kind of burst of heat you see on Sunday before numbers come back down for next week.
All right, looking forward to those 60s eventually.
Yes.
Back to that overnight in the coming days. That does it for us here at Sunrise. We'll see you back here at about 7:25.
Have a great morning. CBS Mornings is coming up next.
Follow News 8 wherever you are on RochesterFirst.com, Facebook, Twitter, and on our app for news and weather.